And I wanted to go down this route because of your injury profile. I know it's something that you've told before, but maybe just give us an idea of what your body's been through. Go from head to toe. The headline ones.
From since I was born or since I play rugby?
Let's go from when you picked up a rugby ball, but like when it got
Okay,
serious.
so yeah, the first big rugby incident I had was compartment syndrome, and it was my matric year, and I got a knock against the leg in the previous game, played, finished the game. That week went into school, started getting better, and I got a knock from a knee against the quad. Yeah, from there it just got worse and worse, and that night I had to went in for emergency operation. And they opened it and released the pressure. So that was the first time. And then 2011 ankle injury, 2012 ankle injury.
What do you mean injury?
Syndesmosis.
Okay.
So I had to put wires in both ankles. And then 2013 I cracked my sternum.
That's sore.
Yeah,
that's a bad one, eh? I've done that before.
Yeah, so my mother, we were just about to leave for Super Rugby tour, and my mother came to watch our last game, and she wanted to give me a hug after the game. It was like it didn't happen at one spot. It was getting worse and worse and worse, and then just broke at the end. But she wanted to come and give me a hug. I was like, oh no. And she said, listen, something wrong. It's impossible to feel this amount of pain after a game.
Just hugging your mum.
Yeah, just hugging my mum.
Yeah.
And of course, you're a young guy. You want to push yourself. You tell yourself you're not going to get another opportunity. As a young guy trying to make it, playing for a Super Rugby team, trying to go through to play for the Springboks, you've got to push yourself until you physically can't go anymore. That's how I felt. You put the health, your body aside, you don't care what's happened. That's the consequences for later in your life. And then 2014, at the Sharks in the training exercise, the whistle has gone, and I went to pick up the ball, and one of my mates came across. There was a kick through, and I chased the ball, and the whistle gone, and I tried to pick up the ball and got the ball in the game, and I stepped just on my heel. Ankle, knee twisted, ACL, out for I think 13 months, 2015. So that happened on my brother's birthday, 3rd of March. And then a year and 1 day later, the 4th of March, I tore it in a game against Cheetahs in Bloemfontein Stadium. Yeah, it was before it was a World Cup year. And I phoned the doctor after the game, told him, listen, this happened. He said, okay, now come see me Monday. And actually my mother always takes me, because my father's on the farm. It's his job, he can't go, leave the business going. So, and he said, no, he'll take me. Because I was quite disappointed and I got it. He took me to the doctor, and we got there, and the doctor said, okay, yeah, it went for a scan, seems like ACL is off, but there was a lot of blood on the inside swelling, so they couldn't check properly. And then he said, yeah, we'll probably have to go in for a scope and check if it's your ACL. We're going to have to harvest, not what they call it harvest, but your tendon from your hamstring with the use, or the patella. And they've used in 2014, my own hamstring tendon from the first one. And my father came up with the idea, but can't he give his to mine? Donate his. And he said, the doctor's like, okay, that might be a first time. And he said, okay, he's going to phone some of his colleagues. We have to go and do some blood tests. They have to check the stuff that goes there and if it fits or matches. And then, yeah, I think 2 days later, we both went into the hospital. I went in first. They did a scope check, what's wrong. It's like, okay, my dad has to come, harvest his tendon and use plant it into mine. So yeah, that's the second one. And then I played after 3 months. The first one was out for 13 months.
And why so short? Because it's your old man, doesn't it? Like that makes you stronger.
Yeah, it's probably that as well. But of course, I wanted to push for the World Cup. And yeah, after I played one game, like a warm-up game, and then got selected for the World Cup squad, luckily by Heineken Meyer. So yeah, and then 2016 was good, 17 was good, 18 and 19 all good, and then on the 28th of Feb on Newlands, the last game in Newlands as well, and it's actually quite sad because stadium it's not working condition anymore. And then I got a knock in the first half on the knee on the quad. Second half, came back out, played again, got another knock, and played for about 5-10 minutes. And it's like, no, it's getting a bit bad. My wife took me to the hospital. She was at the game, and the doctor came. I had a bit of discomfort, but not much pain, just discomfort. I couldn't bend my leg and so on. And then just 1 point. They asked me if I need medications. Now I'm fine, just 1 point. It's like, okay, give me everything you've got.
Really?
They gave me morphine, used the morphine. I passed out of the pain, wake up again, I asked for more morphine, no, this proper, and the doctors call one of his surgeons, his mates, and a cardiovascular surgeon, he came and looked like, you've got to cut it open, and then they cut it open, it's about a 40 centimeter scar on the side of the quad. And then, yeah, after the surgery, they couldn't close it again because due to all the swelling. And there was a Saturday night, the Monday, they tried to close it again. We couldn't, the swelling was too bad. Still in the hospital. Friday they couldn't close it. Went home, sent me back home for a week with an open wound on my leg. They put like a vacuum, almost like a vacuum dresser on it that sucks all the air out, so no, you can't get infection. And luckily I didn't get infection. Lost 10 kgs in 2 weeks. Went back, they were able to close it, and then the rehab started again. They was out for another 13 months. Had a bit of nerve damage on my quad. Luckily made a recovery from that. And then in the British and Irish Lions, in the first game I played, and good game, we lost the game unfortunately. Sunday we had off. Monday I just woke up and I couldn't brush my teeth. Jesus, I literally couldn't pick up my arm very high. And in the week it was getting better. And I saw a doctor, and doctor came, like, okay, yeah, we can do this and this, and strapped it, played the game, and then in the game just got worse. And then, yeah, had to get another shoulder operation, put in screws, out for 6 months, came to Japan. First contact training exercise I did, broke the screws, tore the bicep. At the end of the season I had to take out the broken screws. And yeah, now the bicep is still torn and still being able to play, but yeah, luckily I'm still running at the moment.
Quite unbelievable when you actually outline it, and I've never asked anyone to outline their injury profile,
Yeah.
but I thought I knew it, and then I went a bit deeper into it, and it's quite remarkable. One, how you played in the final and the World Cup as a whole, but to go through all them things like physically, emotionally. I want to ask this question: what's your mum saying? Your mum, is she encouraging you because of the history you have in your family, and I imagine hard men. You know, are you the seventh?
I'm the seventh. Yeah.
You're the seventh Pieter-Steph du Toit. Is that how?
Yes. Yeah.
Pieter-Steph du Toit is seventh. So fucking cool.
Seventh generation.
What's she saying?
When we get injured at the house, normally your mum, she just gets cross at us. Like she wants to give us a hiding because we don't look after ourselves. She cares so much that she wants us to realize, listen, you're doing it's not sustainable. Look after yourself. Since I started playing professional, she came to as much games as possible and supporting us, and yeah, with all the support I get from her, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to talk about it, because when you talk about this game that we play, and you'll know it better than me, like I played for, if you can call it playing, for 15 years, and that's why I say it's an incredibly tough sport. It's pretty spectacular, and I'm going to read something actually that Brian O'Driscoll said. I don't know if you saw this or heard it. Did you hear what Brian O'Driscoll said? Oh, you did, yeah. I'll read it just for the people, right? So Brian O'Driscoll said on the great Pieter-Steph du Toit, best number 6 in the world, that's all right, you know, yeah, no biggie. He's going around like it's not a 60-year-old tendon in his leg. That performance on top of that knowledge beggars belief. So even the greatest, one of the greatest in the game, is talking about some of the injuries that you had, because, so just to reiterate, you've got your dad's hamstring, part of his tendon in your knee.
Yeah.
So he feels largely responsible for the performances
he does.
at the World Cup as well, right?
He always claims he's got a percentage in my contract as well. He's still waiting for the payday to come.
It's the hierarchy thing.
I think
regardless of that whatsoever.
Day.
And that's why I did bring it up as well, because a lot of people look at the glory, right? They look at you lifting a World Cup, they look at you getting man of the match, and they think, wow, this is amazing. Not that it's easy, I don't think anyone's thinking of that, but I don't think they realise the amount of work that goes in. How tough was it for you to come back from them dark times?
If I look at it now, it's part of the game. You signed up before. No one is holding a gun against me. They say, listen, you've got to keep doing what you're doing. It's my own decision, I want to do it. And Rassi summed it up quite well, actually. It's the highs are very high and the lows are very low. But I always say, if you get to that lows, there's only one way, and that's to get up again. I'm not going to lie down there. It's not who I am. It's not the way I brought up. It's not. And then the other thing that helps me through it is my faith. That carries you a long way. It carries me all the way, and I'm very grateful for that. And Yeah, like I said, I'm just fortunate everything worked out the way it worked out.
Yeah.